now.
Charles Blow, do you think the mayor should apologize?
I don't know what the apology would be for. I mean, I'm really scratching my head thinking about what the apology would be for. That because he had the temerity to say that he had a conversation with his son who is mixed race and talking to him about how he should interact with the police? Should he apologize for allowing protesters to protest in the city? Maybe you could say that they should not have been able to take over streets, and I think you could make a strong argument about that, but allow there a space for protesters to be. Other than that, what is this? I don't even understand this concept of the saying that the mayor is somehow responsible for these two officers being dead. And that is such an outrageous thing for anyone to have said from the very beginning. And there is an actual person who had blood on his hands. He is the person who pulled the trigger and killed those two officers. And his name never gets mentioned, and people keep saying that somehow that the mayor has done something extraordinary that would cause people to say that he has caused the rift between the police and the executive branch of the city of New York. That is an outrageous, and it is an outrageous statement, and it is not supportable. It is absolutely not supportable. What you have to understand, however, wait a minute, what you have to understand, however, is that this is a political battle. This is not simply a battle, a kind of cultures of police and the culture of the mayor's office. This is a political battle between two political entities. And when you look at it that way, when you look at it and say that the police still do not have a contract, if I understand that correctly, and that they are in contract negotiations, if you look at it and say that this police department was responsible for stop and frisk and liked it, and the mayor basically ran on a platform to get rid of stop and frisk or to stop its abuse.
Is this?
And that is, when you look at it as a political collision of these two forces, then it makes a lot more sense. But this idea that the mayor should come groveling because the police are acting like children is extraordinary.